What's up, guys? It's John at National Sports Entertainment, and I wanted to hit our NBA schedule for tomorrow. I am going to have, just because I don't want it to get too convoluted, I'm going to have my college picks. I'm still going through them, but I'll have them out as well. Between the both, we're going to have a ton. And over the last couple days, just doing hockey, working on our leg ones, doing college basketball, I think everyone can see just how smooth the system works. So, one thing I will say, just to preface this, I'm never one of those people to cry about the algorithm and things of that nature. But it's at the point now, like if I go incognito and I'm scrolling, the picture for my thumbnail, it doesn't even come up. So like if you're just scrolling, you're going to see this or you're going to see this, just like some random thing, like my screen. And you might not see it. It's basically everything that I can fathom is being done. People that are subscribed are being unsubscribed. People that have notifications turned on are getting videos weeks later. So I don't know what to say. The best way is, if you always just search me and find my playlist, or if you see my name, click on the where my channel is and hit videos most recent. It'll show you the most recent one, but it's just been really messed up. But anyway, we have NBA back on a very funny day, 2-2-3. I wonder why they returned on that day, right? The inverse of that's interesting, but a lot of these are narrative games, and I think a lot of these are just beat the public games. So most of these are leg ones, and I'm going to show you in a second what I'm going to do with the ones that aren't. But right off the bat, I like the Cavs here for the cover. I think they want to establish a team in the East that is not the Sixers, Celtics. Really, there's like the two teams in the East, and Bucks. Those are like the only teams that people believe in. Cavaliers are right there, but they need to convincingly beat a good team like the Nuggets for people to take them seriously, in my opinion. So I like the Cavaliers to cover there. I also think it's kind of a trap. I think more people are going to be on the Nuggets. Celtics Pacers, I was kind of back and forth on, just because I do have the Celtics finishing with 60 wins. I think that for Bill. At the same time, I don't think the Pacers can fall too far behind the pack. I think they need them, the Wizards, the Raptors, the Magic, all competing for that 9-10 spot. So that being said, I took the Pacers to cover. Also, 8 points is not a ton of points. So I think a lot of people will take Boston just laying the 8 points. So both leg ones, I like the Pacers cover. In this one, I do like the Magic cover. The reason I like the Magic cover is because I think they're going to win definitely. But of course, we're not getting great odds on the money line. But I think they win, and they win pretty big. And it'll put them very close to the 10th seed, only a game and a half out. And people will actually believe maybe this young, hungry team could make a playoff run. I don't think they will, but I do have them winning and covering, and I'm making the leg 2 a cover. So the Magic will be a leg 2. It's one of only 3 that we're doing as a leg 2 or better. Next, we got Grizzlies Sixers, and for that one, I'm just going to go with the Grizzlies cover. I think more people will be on the Sixers at home. Again, I have the Sixers going to the championship. Them and the Clippers are my pick. They've been my pick. But it doesn't mean that Sixers aren't going to drop certain games. And with the 4 points, TNT, you always have the chance of a close game. So I like the Grizzlies taking the 4 leg 1. Pelicans leg 1. I like Pelicans, and I know normally I'd take the Raptors because it looks like a trap. But the Pelicans have been a mess. I do think they need to get it together. They're going to have them in the playoffs, of course. And the 9-10 spots are really going to be reserved for your Thunder, Jazz, Wolves, Lakers, all these teams that are, maybe not Wolves, I think they've won a few, but Blazers, all these teams that are a little behind 500. And also if the Raptors win, they're that much more ahead of the Pacers. They're that much more ahead of these other teams. So for a myriad of reasons, I do like the Pelicans, even though getting 6 points seems pretty generous, but it's only a leg 1. Mavericks cover, also just a leg 1. It goes both ways. I could see a lot of people saying, well, the Spurs lost 14 straight, 13, whatever it is, and they're terrible, and the Mavs have Kyrie, so they should easily cover. But they've made a point of showing these growing pains. So I could see a lot of people saying, okay, 13.5 is a lot, maybe even taking the money line for the Spurs. So just a leg 1, but I do like the Mavs to cover. Here, I do like the Jazz to cover. The reason I like the Jazz to cover is because I do think that they play 3 more times, by the way, these two teams. And I do think the Thunder, when they play in Oklahoma City, it's going to be Russ a homecoming for us. Thunder will probably win that one. Russ will look good. That's typically what happens. So I do like the Jazz to cover this one. They'll probably trade back and forth so they can stay equal, both right outside that 10th spot. But this game in particular, I'm taking Jazz cover. Again, leg one. Now, this is what I'm doing for the Lakers and Blazers. So I'm taking the Blazers to cover the Kings as a leg two. You know my feelings on both of those teams. I think we're going to slowly see teams like the Warriors, teams like the Wolves, Mavericks, whoever, start, maybe not the Wolves now, just because they got rid of a top draw, but teams like all these teams that I think are just kind of hanging behind the Warriors, as I said. Not the Lakers, but the Clippers will be one. I think another one's going to be the Pacers. I'll say Wolves or Jazz. You're going to start seeing these teams flip the Kings. I know people think I'm nuts, but I think the Kings are going to finish between 6 and 8. I don't think they're going to finish in a top 3-4 seed. So Blazers, and to stay in contention, it's very important for them to win, and the public's just not sold on them. So I'll take the Blazers cover here, and that's going to be a leg two. What that means is that they are a leg two. If any other game but the Magic does not cover, if the Pelicans don't cover, if the Mavs don't, we should know by the Pelicans game. So if the Pelicans don't cover, if the Grizz don't cover, if the Cavs don't cover, etc., that's all leg ones. We're going to plug in the Blazers cover as a leg two. Now I do have the Lakers cover, and I have this one as a leg three. LeBron made an interesting statement saying how he needs to win. These next 23 games are going to be the most important of his career, and as you can see, 23. 23 right here is the date. All these different interesting things, and I just think he does. I think they win. Nobody's going to be on the Lakers, I don't think, even with an injured Steph. Wiggins is like the game changer. I'm telling you guys. When Wiggins doesn't play for the Warriors is when I'm actually excited. When he's in, he always goes crazy. I get more worried when he's in than Curry. But people are going to be, I think, on the Warriors. Money line 2-1 almost. They're going to like that. And I think the Lakers do go on a run. I don't think they make the playoffs, but I think they go on a run. So that's a leg three. So since Magic is a leg two, if the Magic do not cover, I'm just going to plug in Lakers as a leg three. And as you can see in my notes, that's exactly what I did. So in my notes here, you can see that I have Blazers as a leg two, Lakers as a leg three. So let's just say hypothetically, one of our sevens doesn't go great. Let's just say the Magic don't cover. Then we're going to go ahead and just go and do this. Okay. And then, of course, if the Lakers win, just hypothetically, for anyone who hasn't seen my videos, I do this every video, then, of course, we would have profited a unit on the entire sequence. And that's what the goal is. But for now, we don't know what's going to happen with the Magic, so we're going to leave that open. Same thing with Blazers and Kings. Let's just say that the Cavs do not cover. There's our leg two. Okay. Now I also have college. We're going to be running college, like I said, with the same principle, I guess, with the same theory. And it's been working very well. College, NHL, they all basically work together, which is great. That's why this isn't going to end. We're back up to around 60 units. We've gone a good while without a leg three loss. And I think it's for a reason. We're gonna continue hitting the leg threes because, again, we don't have that many, and I do save them for the best metrics possible. But here's our plays. As I said already, a lot of the ones I don't love, but I think they work out. I put as leg ones, and then I do like the Magic a lot as a leg two, and that's why. And again, we don't need this right now. And if one of our leg ones doesn't work or one of our legs two doesn't work, we just plug in Blazers and Lakers. Doesn't mean we're going to close them all out tonight, but that's not the goal. The goal is to pick our spots. So we got 9 NBA games. I think we have a really good day tomorrow between both NBA and college. Got 2 hockey plays I like, and we've been doing all right with hockey. We got a leg one win that was plus 1.5 odds. We have one in play today. It's 1.25 odds. It helps negate juice. It also helps just pick up extra units over time. We almost caught at 2.25 odds. Of course, I guess they didn't want to pay that out, so we didn't. But it's all right. I like the way hockey works. Baseball is going to be pretty close to the same, only a little more favorable with series. So I'm excited going forward. I have, like I said, probably 2 weeks a really cool interview you guys are going to like. Again, this person came out multiple times and essentially just didn't essentially. They did. They said all of the, as I said, the inside basketball knowledge of what goes on, at least what they know of. So everyone knows who it is. And again, I suggest I put it in my community. If you watch a documentary, it's Operation Flagrant Foul. It really goes into behind the curtains of what goes on. It's on Netflix. But I'm going to be going into that. But for now, I figure we're just going to continue piling up units. As I said, we're around 60 units closed as net profit right now. Of course, we have a couple sequences that are open. Notre Dame was looking pretty good last I checked. That's a leg 2 or 3. And I think they'll hold. But for all I know, UNC could have just gone on a run. But the games in progress are looking pretty good. And I'll have college out as well. But just again, keep in mind, for some reason my stuff's not coming up. People are literally having to search my name. And those are the people that are able to catch all the games in time. Because, again, it's like days later that some of this is being recommended. It's insane. And again, that's not an accident. I'll find a way around that too. Because it's just something that wasn't subtle. It just kind of came out of nowhere right around the Super Bowl. So no surprise there. But we'll get it going again. The good thing is we're not a one-trick pony. We hit every sport, and we're going to continue doing it. I looked at the Ghostface killer odds for Scream 6, and they are officially on some books. And even stuff like that, like these obvious things, being a wrestling fan, it'll be fun to maybe go into that kind of stuff. So let me know. We're not just tethered to sports. You know, they give away stuff in entertainment and movies. They have Oscar odds. They give that stuff away. So we can get into all of it. But I just wanted to go into NBA. It's cool to see it back. But I wanted to show you guys that we don't need NBA or any one of the 4 sports to succeed. College basketball has been the best, but we'll use anything we can to get by. So take care, everybody, and happy earnings.